Oh wait, I forgot to turn the sound back on. All right. What's good, everybody who's here? Not very many yet, but hopefully it'll climb a little. This is somewhat just generally experimental to see if it's at all successful, because if it is, then I might start doing it at this time on like Sunday when I normally stream. So that's one of the main reasons for doing this in general. Yeah. Stuff in general be pretty fine. Wabi. Yeah, I still looking at how many events are yet to go and everything is still rough because there's also some in here. Like, let's think. All the events I've reread so far for that event. So Ancient Forge, that was just a read. I had never read that one before. And then like complete. We're gonna start this one today. Complete. Haven't read any of these 4. Guiding Aheads, we completed that on stream. Stoltifair Novice, that's complete. Still gotta reread these all. In the process of doing Il Siracusano. Gotta redo these. All these. And Babble through Adventure, like these 3 are also all done. That's what I was wanting to pass you much better than you remember. Do you want the information now? Do you want that spoiler? If I had to choose, probably. Dude, wrong. Yes, I have one good thing to read. Yeah. Honestly, I think I might bring that one on stream. I think we might do the Dorothy's Vision one on stream. Because Il Siracusano is the one that I'm currently working on in my free time. And that's the one that I'm going to take the script and probably give it to Supa to translate into Italian, and I'm going to try to read that entire section in Italian. There were like 2 events I was thinking of doing that type of bit for. It was either going to be that or doing Zweilingsströme in German. So I think I would rather do the Italian one with Supa in Il Siracusano. So once I finish that, I'll have to write that out, then give it to Supa, so I can get an Italian translated copy that I can then bring back, that I can then bring to the world, to the masses. Anyways, let's see how many chapters there are. Oh, okay. Oh, it's one of those that's a little weird. Like the new events, just like every single stage has a chapter. Here it's ST1 1, 2, 4, 5, 2, 6, 8, 10, and the final ST. So how many is that? 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, plus the ST, so that's 17, I think, in total. So then we want to get to probably after Crude Mounts, or to the interlude today. Like the Never Stage needs to have a story chapter. Yeah, it's fine, especially if the story is a little shorter. Not every stage needs to have it if the story is not like a longer, more intricate narrative, like, I don't know, Lone Trail or something that really gets everything out of there. But either way, you know, we have a few more minutes till 4, but I'm not sure how popular in general this stream is gonna be. Just because it's one of those things where I don't know if... I just don't know, like I said, just how popular it's gonna be. I just don't know. I can, like... kind of assume, but I can't say how popular it'll be, and like, even if this is a good day for it, because, you know, again, I'm considering, if this goes okay at all, moving it on towards, moving this on to, like, Sunday. But I might just have to try it on Sunday to fully get the experience of what having it on Sunday would be like. But anyways, since ancient times, where virtue has taken its steps, vice has leapt a mile, almost said mountain. Nature's catastrophes and humanity's calamities pain the common people to their ends. But as the sayings go, humanity's will conquers fate, and evil can never triumph over good. I wouldn't be so sure. Have you seen rich people? You gallant saviors walk the cardinal winds where found. You draw your arms to combat terrors on the weak, and all the writings new and old, how living still are such bright flowing scholars. Ah, as they say, fair the food, the wine, and the scenery. Fair the people, their virtue and their company. We see those heroes looming out of time immemorial, each one a vast paragon of right. And then we also see this fucking guy. Yeah, I see you two benefactors. I wonder to see your cause. Paragons are right and blessed with the seldom seen heart of chivalry. Surely you must be the hermits of the realm's highest honor. Oh, surely the firmaments took pity on me, spoke that my life shouldn't end here. When those fiendish brutes enter my mind, my rage at once just swells in crescendo. Yeah, well, out of my senses, I changed headlong into their lair. I'll lament it came to that. Obviously, everybody knows that Mr. Nothing was born and raised in Boston. He only moved to Yan later in life. It's a blessing that you two luminaries rescued me. And only then I could escape intact. As the proverb goes, mere thanks pale before a mighty grace. At least I can offer to you, the least I can offer to you benefactors is a divination. What do you think of that? As a market tribute? Hey, oh, you're gonna find the finest slice at Papa Louie's. Hey! I guess if you could let me read that divining magazine you have. I'm trying to pass the time right now. Aha, Miss Lava, that would be your misconception. As they say, bear a person not by their faults and strike them not to their looks. You for sure is the boss? Yeah, 100%. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Everybody will tell you, Mr. Nothing, where's he from? Boston. Everyone is saying this. Get to the point. Hey, oh, truly your insight's like a torch to the dark, Miss Lava. It's just like the proverb goes, aid must be seen to the end, like boats at the shore. Though the two you help me fend off those things, I cannot hide it from you. Truthfully, I've lost all my luggage, and not just my rations and travel money, but my maps, stamps, papers, changes of clothes, and my beloved little teapot. Yeah, all lost. After all, my old carrot sank in the lake. Fuck. You still have your fishing rod and fan, though? Are you really a messenger? Truthfully, there's some things I'd like to keep to myself. I could never get a lie past you, so I'll have to ask you to treat me like I am. So you're looking to go with us? Hey, oh, indubitably. You're walking here, I want to be walking here. Uh-huh. Oh, how can I be so blithe about your personal business? Really, I'm loath to continue inconveniencing my benefactors. Only 300 li ahead is a village by the name of Ni Wang. It's rich and fine jade. It's a stage station there, and as long as I have a simple chair to rest on, a bowl of loose tea, and the chance to get my things sorted, I'll be back in the saddle, no more trouble than anyone else. I mean, going with us is fine, but all the gloom pincers are pretty aggroed right now. Really strong attacks, too. If you want to go with us, we're gonna need to wait until they settle down first. Oh my, I'm being such a bother to you all. I really am so sorry. If you need someone's help in construction, I got a guy for that. That said, why isn't our benefactor Bruce back yet? There's no shortage of those beasts. Are you sure she won't need help? If you could help, why'd you get chased this far out by the gloom pincers? Just hold tight and wait. Hey, yet your grace saving me demands recompense. Stuff will fall apart. To stand by as my other benefactors brave for the danger alone. Oh, I find it really hard to bear. Oh, this is not. I forgot how much he yaps. That was not a good idea to do this. Oh, because of his wonderful accent. Hey, oh, look at the rabbit pussy. Hey, oh. Oh my god. All right. You know what? If anyone in chat wants, suggest a new accent for Mr. Nothing. I can't keep doing the shitty Boston one. And this'll be my repayment to the two of you. Can you stop? Chill. Most certainly. Fine. Stop sizing me up like that. Just ask what you want to ask, I guess. Ah, but you trust your two benefactors wouldn't happen to be people of any nearby village, would you? We're not. To be forward, you're not people of Yan. Nope. Then from where do you hail? Agashi, Osus, perhaps somewhere even farther. Hey, oh, you from Boston too? Oh, duh, don't make a friends like, oh, what's the place I'm not even farther? Night's journeying the compass. I've heard people of foreign lands always tend to have strange traditions like that. Is it true? False? That sucks too. Oh. I'm trying to think of one that would be fun that wouldn't like kill my throat to do. I gotta fucking get up and do voice work tomorrow morning, huh? But it's already get sore throats when the weather's all changey like this. Like it has been. There was like a ton of snow, and then it got warm enough that the snow started melting, and like there was literally like running streams like around the sidewalk because there was just too much water. No more like it couldn't go into the ground, so much had already gone in. Then it started like snowing again, and then it got warmer again. These last couple days, and at this point, a good chunk of the snow is gone, which should be good, but I don't know. I'm not. I gotta say it, I'm a Victorian. Hey, Victoria's, yeah! Is an accent you keep up easily, German? Victoria, yeah, I'm not very, I don't know if that, I don't know if the German is good. What do we do? What do we do with him? Alright, you know what now? I am Mr. Nothing. I'm no longer from Boston. I'm now from from Charleston, South Carolina. Hello. You literally have no idea where Victoria is, do you? Oh, foreign lands have foreign plans. Only our masses in the cities would be so mindful of them. What use we plain country folk have for ruminating? The only thing I ruminate is various chickens in my Cajun sauces, although that is Louisiana and not South Carolina, so I've already messed this one up, but we're gonna keep with it because it's a little easier on me. It's just rare to see guests from afar. Why you speak the Yan tongue was decently suggestive of it, hence my curiosity. I kinda only looked into your knees right before we left for whatever. Oh, Cruz is back. My now, Miss Cruz, Miss Honorable Cruz, thank you dearly. Are you hurt? Thought I'd give you a shoulder rub, a leg massage, step on my balls. I have a bottle of elixir, a panacea passed down for generations. Its price is, well, considerable, but in the face of you two benefactors, I'll bite my tongue. You can have it free of charge. I thought you lost all your luggage. Oh. Is the voicing like good for training? Depends. It depends, Laffy. If I'm actually doing like it, if I'm actually trying to do an accent. Yeah. Oh, again, yeah. Like, because imagine, yeah, that just depends on whether or not I actually, it's good and it has the habits that I want to enforce. Like, with the southern one, that one's okay. The southern accent, that one's okay. That one's pretty solid. That one's one that it's good to do. Good to, like, reinforce all those habits. You know, Cruz is gonna have one that's similar. But a lot of them, not great. Still have some fine goods on me. Backup is what the wanderer's living demands. Such is our way of life. Fine, fine, just do you. Hey, how are things up ahead? Alright, just a few poor little guys that helped find a new home. They settled right down after that. That's why we can head on, right? Well, we passed through that reed marsh, followed downstream, and then we found the mountain. You helped rehome the gloom pincers. I don't much like that. I hate them. Either way, it's sorted now. We better get moving. Chop chop. Cruz, the said messenger guy said he wants to go with us up to Niwang. No problems with that? No problemo. You're the captain this time, lava mate. What you say goes. Oh, so you're the captain. Oh, my apologies, my apologies. I was sucking up to the wrong person. My apologies, my apologies. Don't make his racket worse. Now that I mention it, I still haven't asked, what should I call you? Me? I'm just a little puke messenger. What necessity is my introduction to the stage? I'm sure you agree. Huh? But keeping the two of you forever in the dark would be quite unbecoming. Whatever next. Oh, just call me Mr. Nothing then. Cruz probably the biggest wooden turret. Yeah, she's up there. Rocking up with them legs. You just came up with that, didn't you? Not at all, not at all. How could I? That Niwang place, isn't it at the foot of Mount Huichi? That it is, dear benefactor. You're quite well versed indeed to have heard word of a town so small. It's right on the way, isn't it? How about this, Mr. Nothing? We'll escort you there, but once we've reached what we're aiming for, you'll need to help us out a little too. Not a problem, not a problem. With my carriage in the lake bed and me waiting for a rescue team to fish it out, my plate is completely empty in the meanwhile. Oh, just as the proverb goes, a drop of kindness warrants a fountain of redress. That I should have the chance so soon to repay your graces in saving my life. Surely the heavens have smiled upon me. They have smiled upon me. Well, you know, that genuine manner with the teary voice reminds me of a certain someone who gets a chunk knocked out of her wages every couple of days. Alrighty, Captain, you decided? You picked this moment to dump him on me? Benefactor, oh benefactor, I plead that you must give me this chance. I've gotta admit, having a local would be pretty handy. And Neon's info was ambiguous anyway. Son of a... I'm not familiar with Yan's geography or environment. Finding someone's actually been a bit of a challenge. Why did Closure give her permission to do something this annoying? Because she's had a surprising productive mood recently. Apart from playing mahjong and eating hot pot, what else has she done? Don't do it like that. If Neon knew that was how you saw her, she'd take it hard. As opposed to normally, where she only takes it soft. She's used to it. I'm used to her being used to it. I'm just complaining a bit about how she's given us so much pain. Sorry, I should let you in the loop first, Mr. Nothing. So, like, it's a demigod of the region. Yeah. You know how it is. Very well, everything you say, rest assured, I'll engrave into my flesh and soul. 3 recitations before bed, 3 when I wake. It's not that big of a deal. Our mission's really simple. We're finding a single person. But they smell like shit 1 month before. Rhodes Island landship. Yeah, long story short, I want you to bring my little sister back here for me.
Long story short, my ass. You said basically nothing.
Well, I've explained it, haven't I? Go get the bitch and bring her. Duh.
I miss my family all the more, and every festive day counts as an explanation?
This is Mr. Little Sisters doesn't matter, of course. Isn't that ample reason? Basically yanks you around all the time, yeah? Don't you get it? You get it.
Drop the subject before you make me even less willing to help. Alright, even if your family's got special circumstances going on, we need a stupid huge amount of personnel and resources to get Rhodes Island deep into the heart of Yan. There's no way Closure would just roll over and let this request through.
Yeah, she let it through. She let it through. She didn't just let it through, though. She got Cruz to go with you, too. Look, come here. I'm betting Cruz wants to tour around Yan. I bet it's not half bad. I've been scampering through one smoky hellscape after another. It's about time she took a vacation.
How'd you get Closure to agree?
Don't look at me like I'm caught in the act. I really am doing it all for Rose Island this time, bro. I swear.
Did you mess with the engineering department again?
If giving them experimental materials worth millions counts as messing with them, then guilty is charged. Humanity seldom gets their hands on stuff like this. If everything goes smoothly, Rhodes Island from here on out will have first-rate, elite regular equipment to stand shoulder to shoulder with nations. If everything goes smoothly.
The hell did you pull this time?
Don't ask. Time will soon tell. I've gone years without seeing my precious sister Dusk. All you need to know is that name. Trust me, you'll know her when you see her. I'll be counting on you.
Why don't you go yourself?
She's been hiding from me for years. Why do I need to do that myself?
Fine, even though it looks like you haven't been trying that hard.
Hey.
Since Closure gave it the go-ahead and all, you remember to properly thank me afterwards.
Hey, now that's my little lava. I didn't give your costume an upgrade for nothing.
No, just stop talking.
It's a little present for you. Your costume for Ancient Forge. Didn't you actually love it?
You're joking.
But you know, I pretty clearly saw you spending half the day posing in front of the mirror.
Go in my room without consent again, and I will send you out with a bang for real!
Alright. You've been wearing that combat outfit for a while anyways, even if you still can't cut open space with your daggers.
That was a stupid idea you decided to make this script afterwards!
Was it? But when I came to Rhodes Island up till now, haven't you matured a heck of a lot? Been learning arts from some real serious characters. Neon, I don't know if you should be talking to her about. This. So in short, I'll leave it up to Cruz and you. Million, okay, that sounds about right. Yeah, I better warn you just in case. That's no pushover. She can be a ridiculous pest. Just be prepared to deal with her. And I guarantee you'll go undefeated at Mahjong afterwards. Neon, you're hiding something from me, right? Oh, if you think so, then what's the point in asking me?
Save it. I'm not gonna dig any deeper anyways. You aren't like us.
I can still tell that much. Not like us? Lava's diss track on Neon? Not like us? Well, duh. Where else could you find someone as terrifying as me? So,
let me just tell you this. I'm willing to help you, even though I know how much of a pain this is going to be. So when it comes down to it, you're not going to cut corners on repaying me.
Oh, little Lava knows the art of haggling, too. Tricky. Alright, I've decided. You drag Dusk back and I'll grant any one request of yours. Anything goes. Such as, forging a divine weapon. I got 6 weapon concepts right now. I'm one short of 7. Any old one of them would be enough for you to leave your name in history.
What are they?
They're badass. That's what they fucking are. Or maybe you want to know some ancient stuff from ancient times. I can start telling you guys. Not too many people should reasonably know about it, I guess. But if you...
Pass.
Hey, don't be so heartless. Have you been kind of impatient with me lately? Doesn't suit you, does it? I mean, I don't know what you mean, Neon. This just kind of seems like how she is. Right. Take this with you. It's a shitty medal.
And this is? Just treat it like a sort of protective charm. After all, my sister's, well, a creature. Grody, as they say. Smells bad. Oh, help and find your colleague's precious little sister, estranged for years. You traveled myriads far to find this place of ours. Benefactor, surely enough, you are made of heroic stuff.
If we had Nian's Forge for Victoria. That would have been pretty useful for them, probably.
I admire you. I cannot help but admire you. Did we go that far? No, we can already see Mount Hoichi ahead, but it seems like it's getting late. What do we do? I'm in no rush at all. Benefactors, you do what you do.
Can you take this with your hands, shower gel? You'll need it. Shower gel and a bar of soap.
The address Neon gave me just says outside Kowu City near Mount Hoichi. Are there any other settlements around here? None for 1,000 li around. Just Niwang Village all alone. Maybe she's living in the mountains. After all, she's the sister of Neon. I get the feeling she might. They're kind of deranged like that. What is it you think of her? Why do I get the feeling you're not being one bit polite to her? Because I don't fucking want to be. Fuck you. Seeing as we don't have any further clues, it's your time to shine now. Verily, I know this area well. Don't gaze at me like that. I really do know it. When I was young, I'd frolic about this place come rain or shine. Do you have any ideas? This I must proclaim clear to you two benefactors. If you wish to find someone in the villages surrounding Kowu City, you need only visit a tea house. Call out loud and your friends and strangers alike will come rushing over. Give me one scant hour and I'll be sure to find your... That's right. Does the person you're looking for have any particular features? What's the name? What statuses do they hold? She's called Dusk. She's a painter. And she stinks to high hell. Oh my god. Benefactors, I see it. I have laid my eyes upon it. So it really was in the mountains. I'm beat. But I feel like this mountain's a lot taller than it first looked. I'm not surprised. Well, so deep within the forest and hills, without water or electricity, she built herself a thatched cottage. Benefactors, your friend's sister truly has a mind for aesthetics. I won't hide it. I'm starting to get a bad feeling about this already. The scenery is quality. I gotta say, she's a painter, I can imagine her here. Lava? What you looking for? The protective charm from Neon. I only just realized she might have had another reason for giving it to me. And more than likely, it's not anything good. Could just toss it, you know? Cruz, you really are the one with the biggest complaints about her, aren't you? Benefactors, what if I go first and ask at the door? See if anyone's in. Perhaps we've been looking in error. You don't need to do that. I just feel like we can't be reckless if we're meeting her sister. We need to prepare ourselves. Let's go. Walking away sounds. This first ST section is long. Hello, is anyone there? Hello? I presume she's out on a walk? In the mountains? Yet you can see the water mottling this door and the leaves are piled up dead. Doesn't give the air that anyone lives here. Should we try and knock? Hello? Is anyone there?
This might not be Skibbity. Alright, that's the first of these. I think, honestly, when doing these, I might... Where is it? I might just bring up... Where is it? Where is it? Here. the story reader is, I think, significantly easier to just like, you don't miss very much, and I do think it's kind of easier to read
Doctor,
from,
I was thinking about
especially
going
out
for a
loud.
walk. Would you like?
Sorry, Dorothy. I think this, honestly, will probably make things a overall more smooth process. As potentially unfortunate as it is. Turn that on. Okay, there we go. Let us continue where we left off. We tell of the lame scholar's disappointment and return, and henceforth his melancholy of lost hope. From whence does his story come? Naturally, a painting. What painting? The scholar's loss of an old friend, his heart like unto ashes, and his decade of footing astray, before their minds once again moved in concert. He made his resolve and devoted his mind in full, vowing to finish that lifetime's work. To paint what? To paint that had never before seen. How would he paint it? He would think thoughts never before thought. Ah, now that we're here, this has gotten quite interesting. Do all know the limits of one's imagination are set at what one has seen, known, experienced. Relying on imagination to trick those, outlining that which is yet unknown is simple enough. But to do so and trick yourself, that is as hard as scaling the heavens. Yeah, it is definitely a little loud. Let's turn you back down to this. There we go. There we go. After all, under our heavens, where can you find one capable of thinking something as yet unseen? The scholar faced the blank paper and strained his mind for about 10 days, losing more than 30 jin of weight. He had already been lame, and his appearance grew even more fearful. Come the deep winter, the scholar's house had long run out of food. His neighbors feared him, but none dared to approach him. Until one day the lame scholar again woke in a haze, his limbs powerless, yet his mind clear. He knew well his limits were soon coming. He looked around him. His home had a bare 4 walls and a dim room. He felt only that all around him was void, that he had truly become alone in the world. The scholar gradually became unable to see the floor before him, wet and frozen by the snowstorm, unable to hear the biting wind coming through his door and window. He opened his eyes and blinked, fallen into primal chaos, and felt that the walls were wandering far away. His desk dissipated, his brush paper, ink, stone, all ephemeral as smoke. At a certain moment, he suddenly came to know the exact number of snowflakes in the flurry outside his window. He came to know the angle of the moonlight and the truth of the clouds. He reached out fumbling for the curtain of night and crashed to the floor in carelessness. The floor was no longer a hindrance to his legs. He fell underground and then flew into the empty depths. He could not see with his open eyes, could not hear with his rapt attention. The darkness surrounding him whole. He suddenly went into an ecstasy, as if only in this boundary where naught existed to disturb him, he could seek his true work, rather than copy or desecrate that which had already existed. You know, it's kind of funny because for this like whole start of this segment, being on the story reader makes no difference because this was all just like either black or like the kind of like light in the middle of like a dark. There's no like there was no background for any of this. He continued to wait until all had faded to null, until he could only feel even his own withered flesh, until he could not feel even his own withered flesh. Before he began to think, only when all creation and all beings had ceased to exist, and his consciousness was alone in clarity, had he briefly become master of his soul. His imagination would never again be restricted, creating works of that which simultaneously existed and did not exist. On his territory of thought, all strangeness arose equal and enveloped reality. It was deep in the night, and as a teacher awoke next door, he saw the lame scholar's thatched cottage overflowing in brilliant light, spectral and dazzling, letting out all manner of sounds never before heard in life, defying description. The teacher summoned his courage and stole a look through the wall. With just that one glimpse, he dared not investigate further. He hurried himself back indoors and for a very long time could not fall asleep. The next day, neighbors thronged before the thoughted cottage. They forced the door and entered. discovering the scholar's remains and naught else inside. All thought he had died of cold, and the village headman stepped forth to look. He saw sprawled behind before the scholar a blank scroll of paper, covered full in frost and nothing drawn on it. Afterwards, the people lamented that the scholar could not leave his past, dying obsessed in front of his scroll. Others said the scholar had long since contracted some strange disease, could not control his own arts, and only thus did this strange case unfold. Indeed, Laffy, I did see it coming. The teacher who alone had glimpsed the truth never talked of that matter with anyone else. It was only in his final moments he told his son that the disdained lame scholar, even his name forgotten, was a true master of all eternity.
Why?
Well, because that night the lame scholar had in reality fulfilled his promise.
He had in reality painted that which had never before been in this world.
Why do I feel like the books told it pretty differently? The teacher did not,
Why do I feel the books told it pretty differently?
the teacher had not the time to explain, or perhaps he simply swallowed the words he did not have. Thus, in the narrative heard on the streets, there was only the lame scholar's sails billowing with success up to the fall of his senses. As for the truth of things, I fear not a single soul knows.
See? Though what's so hard about drawing something you never seen before? I could have back smear up a scroll and none of you would have ever seen that.
Ah, you can't put it like that. You've never seen a vast lake before, but you've seen the ponded waters after the range. Let me tell you, the lakes of ponded water are made vast. In the end, you've seen them before. If they've scarred strength, then this is where it lay.
Well, if that's all true, then what in the world did he paint?
Who knows?
Look, could you give the contrived stories a rest? They're not exactly the most fun. Are you telling the others? I want you to end in the one with a lone soul venture forth to heaven. Twin boy lovers split their hands. All telling due time, all of it. It is not possible to tell all under heaven in totality. And I use my scarce predestined 100 or so years of life to tell what I might. If I yet pursued thoroughness on top of it, that would be quite greedy. Yes, you'd like to hear it, then next time I'll tell of something else. Alright. By custom, my mouth is worth no money. But when you pay your TC, what you might have for an old man's story. And we got a few new faces today. 3 mysterious visitors. I hope these strange tales of mine were to your satisfaction.
Was that fiction? If someone told me a scholar got a rip of the admittance and melancholy before his wishes were complete, then I'd certainly believe it was true. Add some spice and flourish and the story tastes all the better. Quite sensible. My thanks. However, I'm not sure myself how many really are true. Out of all these anecdotal legends, I just have some interest in the field, nothing more. That said, while I might not be doing kind of formal storyteller, I've spent a long time in the village doing it. Only the few you saw are actually willing to hear me spout my nonsense. I see 3 unfamiliar faces. What brings you here?
Ahem.
Alright. These 2 friends of mine came from far away in search of someone. But neither of them are quite as aware of Yan as those of us born here, so I'm giving them some small assistance. Acting as their guide, how should I address you, sir? It's been many years since I left home. I long since abandoned my old name to disuse. I fancy myself literary in younger years, call myself the umbrella-boiling hermit. Though it's somewhat shameless of a title, I still use it to this day. How artistic indeed. By damned luck, I too was given no option but to leave home, and nowadays go by no and thing in lieu of name Sir and given. You can call me brother. No, brother, no. How about that?
I told you that was a made-up name, didn't I?
Shush.
Cruz, you catch something?
Nothing. I'll just reckon it's really fun to watch how he laws himself a new lair every time. So are both men fallen in their sight of the world. Oh, then who's the person you 3 mysteries are searching for? It's just as the proverb goes, chance meetings are predestiny. It truly couldn't be more opportune if we tried. What we're searching for is also a painter, like in the story we just heard. A painter? This village is moderately sized. I've never heard any painter here. What manner of business is this? Benefactor, may you describe?
A woman. She should also have big weird horns on her head. She uses some weird arts. Also she's a painter.
That's it?
That's it.
I admit with that, I have even less of an idea. Oh, this is a strange... I almost made him Australian too. Oh, this is a strange turn indeed. Could it be that the one you benefactors seek left this place before we came? This village entertains very few guests. If it's out, as you all say, this strange person would have left to leave an impression on us. I can get someone to help you ask around. Good, then we'll leave you to it, sir, and for the time being, we'll... Is there nothing?
Hey, what's up with you?
Where did we come in from?
What are you talking about? Didn't we?
Follow this pathway and you can leave the landscape garden. Presumably you arrived following a crowded errand here? My garden isn't that big or small, but it's tough to find your way through it. As it's searching for help. Look at me all befuddled. How is it I can't remember now? If you find any trace of that painter and you need the help, don't hesitate to ask me. I have some business for now, so everyone farewell. Here, thank you, farewell now, farewell. Benefactors, shall we go?
Wait!
Moving sounds. And that said, where shall we take a look at? We visited the tea house, the stage station, and the gardens. Where else could there be any clues?
How long has it been since we got here?
Oh, why do you ask? I'd say about 2 or 3 days.
Are you sure?
Most likely I slept awful last night. I'm a little out of kilter. Lava.
I can sense it now, but it's so indistinct, it's like...
Times like these, you gotta go with your intuition.
My intuition's telling me that right now the situation's extremely messed up.
Is it some kind of mod level or genie mods?
If it's arts...
Benefactors, why the muttering? If we don't hurry up soon, it'll get dark on us.
What are you talking about? It's still so light. The sky... The color?
We never look at the sky before? We should have noticed any moment we lifted our heads. No, oh no, God, no, that's not Mr. Nothing. That's Chris. Did we never look at the sky before? We should have noticed any moment we lifted our heads. Now that's odd. Benefactors, what's going on? Over there, is that a moon now? It's in broad daylight right now, isn't it? And they lit lanterns on the other end of the bridge.
Look behind you.
The
horizon on the other side. Is that the sun?
Hey, you think us coming back from there to here count as going one full day and night?
This is really new to me. Jan always told me that Yan was full of weird unseen wonders and landscapes like this too. Hold on, I think there's something in my pocket. Is this the charm Neon gave me?
Image. Charm given.
Wait a minute, hold on. No, that's not right. What the hell do I mean landscapes like this? What was I just thinking? Is there nothing?
I'm here.
Is this Newing Village or not?
Does it need to be said, paying close attention, it seems a little off, but there isn't another village anywhere close to around here. And there's another hater here, funny character. Yeah, he's a bit of a goofy boy. What have I been sent by Tori? Oh. Very cool, Tori. You know, when I'm finished here, I'll look at your meme. All right, let's get back to work.
This isn't right. It's not right. Cruz, we left Rhodes Island, reached Kowu City first, stocked up, then left the next morning.
We were heading across the waste from Mount Hoyt She and we saw a crashed car. And then you two benefactors dealt with the beast and saved me.
Just took me a nice new pit to build a nest in, that's all. And then? And then we went straight up Mount Hui Chi and found a thatched cottage. I pushed open its door? Bells? Where are they coming from?
The bells are sounding. The bells are sounding. Everyone call your families out. Move quickly. What's happening? It's been so long. Why is it happening today? Oh no.
Excuse me, can I ask what's happening?
Are you outsiders? It also means monsters are coming from the West Mountains. Those monsters can't stand light. Just run to where the sun is and you'll be safe. Monsters? What monsters? Look, I got no time to chat with you. Get out of my way. I need to bring my wife over here. Moving. Bell noises. More moving. Mama! Mama! Is everyone here? We're still missing someone. Start looking fast. Benefactors, let us hurry and take shelter. They said we'll be fine if we run somewhere where the sun is. Then let us hurry. Benefactors?
Cruz?
Ready?
Good. We're gonna fucking fight.
Benefactors, this is no time for jokes. We're no better than Pace on our own. It's time before we do anything else. Here. Why are you charging them? Alas, my good benefactors, you wait for me. Wait a moment. Oh, okay. What background track is this? Oh. I can already feel all of this affecting my throat, so I might get even lazier with Mr. Nothings. Boys.
What are these things? Infected creatures? I haven't noticed any signs of infection though. You say creatures, but whenever I shoot them, they just turn into black stains and disappear. Some kind of arts? Could be. This can't go on. There's too many of them. We need to find the source. Which direction did they enter the village from? Horizon's getting darker, lava. I know. Still gonna chase him? I'm still not sure how we even got here. Things are a little weird. I'm not a fan of getting in too deep right now. Even if it's a lead, we don't need to rush that hard.
Ugh. Oh, benefactors. What the fuck? Just make it the most neutral, normal voice for Mr. Nothing. Benefactors. What the fuck? Benefactors. What the fuck? Why'd you come with? What nonsense? What nonsense? How could I abandon my benefactors and flee alone?
Do you know what those things are?
I've never seen them before either. Look at how my legs are trembling.
They're not some kind of Yan specialty, right?
As if they could be. This gallery of oddities were crawling all over the lands. They would have long since broken national news.
Bruce, Mr. Nothing, listen to me.
I can't remember at all what happened after I pushed open that wooden cottage door. When I came back to my senses, I was already in that garden listening to the Umbrella Boiling Hermit.
Right, listening to the Umbrella Boiling Hermit tell stories. I have absolutely no impression of how I came to be here. Also, I don't know where here is either.
We're all the same. Benefactor, there's one thing I know for certain. This isn't Niwang Village. Though I haven't visited Niwang in a few years, the way of the land is fashioned quite old. I ran all the way here just now, and I saw not a single electric cable.
That makes things even tougher. It's just like we're dreaming, eh?
I know what you're thinking, but right now we got no other way. We can only trust each other. Oh, benefactors, you shouldn't doubt me now. I'm not the sort of lout that flouts others' graces to him. I'd hardly even be able.
That's not what I meant. I'm just taking in the situation. Everything's been too strange.
I'm not saying we don't trust you, nothing, mate. It's just we need to be cool and think about all the possibilities here. Iceland is it some kind of trap. Whether everything in front of us is real or not is a tough question. Now, benefactor, don't treat me like I'm young. I may be carefree as the wind, but I'd still wager I'm older than you. Especially because you two are what, like 21? You two could be in college practically still. And not even practically, you just could.
Originium arts, there's the possibilities there. The difficulties beyond. Is it connected to some specific place? Or do they conjure an outright illusion for us?
You're quite the eccentrics, my benefactors. Any normal person would never be capable of this line of thought under these pressing circumstances.
Any normal person, yeah. Even if we don't know where we are, the geography here is way off. The sun and moon are in fixed and opposite places. Most of the houses are built towards the night side here, while the farms and market are on the other end. But the locals seem totally used to it, and just now those things... We need information. The faster the better.
What if not everything is real? Then who is real? Exactly. That's why they call it that.
The bells are ringing again?
You only hear bells that sound like this in Yan and Agashi. The bells! Everyone, it's alright, we're safe now. So soon? I didn't notice a hint of those things. Saw those outsiders pushing back those monsters for us.
You're not even scared of the things?
As I see it, we should do this in one go. Charge the mountains and wipe them at the root. I've had it with how they just come whenever they want.
Don't be like that. You can't be too difficult.
Oh, sir, you're back.
Hi, Chuan. Go now and find those 3 heroes and tell them I insist they come to my place for a chat. Lest we neglect them, we must properly convey our thanks.
Got it. Okay, so I guess this is the shopkeeper.
Hark, I am most,
Oh no, this is Saga. I think this is just straight up Saga.
Hark! I am most at home and I work this bell. If the old head priest of my monastery knew I was still so diligent in foreign lands, he would surely be comforted severalfold. Saga! Oh, the shopkeeper. What's the matter?
I heard the bell. That means it's all over, right? I heard from Master Ai Chuan that some guests from afar helped defend the village. Have you seen them?
Nay, I have been posted the bell all this time, have I not? Yet if I had a bell tower like unto the one in my monastery, perhaps I could have seen them from afar. To speak of which, I have been here for some time now. This is the first time I have seen the ink spirits come in such great waves. Is it mere happenstance?
That's why I wanted to ask if you could go meet those strangers.
Oh?
Oh my... Wait, it's this? Oh god, no, the tracks are mixing over. Wait. Why is there a second... Do I have like something else? Do I accidentally have like... I don't have the stream playing in the background. It's not in here. Where is it coming from? Okay, what if we just try and real quick... Wait. Reset. Okay, if we just refresh the page, okay. The sounds will not go over each other. Fixed immediately.
I see. You sought your friend's family for her, and so came from a Chimerian Leeway to Yan. Admiral indeed. However, Mount Uichi and Ko City? I've never heard of any cities like that in the vicinity. This place isn't far from Mount Sky. Perhaps the small peak I know not the name of. The possibility is there.
Mount Sky? Well, this is annoying.
Sorry, could I ask what part of Yan we're in right now?
This place is at the edge of Mount Po. His name is Po Shan Village. It's named after the panda from Kung Fu Panda.
I've never heard of it. Absolutely never heard of it. Okay then, what's the current year?
The year is Jingshou 7. Currently the beginning of spring with the Dusk reigning just past.
Huh?
Huh?
Jingshou? Benefactor, I won't mince words. My history is quite poor, but Jingshou has to be centuries ago at least. Never heard of an era by that name. What's going on, Benefactor? We've tumbled 1,000 years back when we opened the door? Did they have gardens and buildings like this 1,000 years ago? Of course they couldn't. Perhaps this umbrella-boiling hermit blurted out pure nonsense, but I can't imagine he'd do that, noting how refined his manner is.
Heroes 3, you've come to our aid. You are my honored guests. If you have any questions, ask them forthright. You needn't refrain.
could we trouble you to tell us about the culture and customs here? To be honest, this place isn't where we thought we were going. It seems we went astray, and we're sort of at a loss. For example, tell us about this village?
There is much to tell of the origins of Poshan Village. Story has it that 70 years ago, a great fire started on a rich merchant's property, bringing untold calamity. Rich merchant was frightened and planned to leave, find a place where nature blessed treasured land so he could live out the rest of his days. Subsequently, in the midst of all the ashes, the people of his village found a peculiar painting on the ground.
Painting?
Correct, the house had burned to the ground, yet the painting scroll remained unharmed. The brushing off the ash was good as new. The merchant heard of the painting, dove deep into his pockets to buy it back once again, seeking good luck to ward against fires. In his new residence, the more the merchant gazed at the scenery and the painting, the more he took an interest. He sent out hundreds of servants in search of the marvelous feng shui the scroll had betrayed. And so came here, and so this village and this garden came to be.
Was that your ancestor?
Not so, not so. The world's affairs are never constant. Decades in the past after this merchant's death, his few sons and their incompetence frittered away their household's wealth. By chance, my father had some spare money from a string of opportune coincidences, and so bought the gardens and settled down here. Afterwards, as nearby catastrophes were infrequent and the mountains and rivers gorgeous, many talented scholars were drawn here, and over time, Poshan Village became as it is today. Also, let's just take a little look at a full sprite of our boy here. Clearly, Dusk adjacent, has the colors and everything.
I figure if I'm going to use this, I have to make sure to show the full body sprites, and might as well there's always time to take a second look at Cruz.
No issues with it yet, I think. So the color of the sky.
The what?
I mean, daytime and nighttime seem to be mixed together.
I've always worked as the sun rose and rested as it sets. What doubts might you have?
It's been 2 hours since the bell sounded. With the 12-branch double-hour system, it'd be one of those. The sun hasn't moved at all. What's causing that?
The sun? Move? The sun and moon sit in the sky, sun in the east and moon in the west, eternally unchanging. What other positions would they assume? You have a peculiar look on your faces. Have I said something improper?
Benefactors, if I could just interrupt very quickly. May I dare ask, we'll be telling stories here the next day?
Naturally.
If that's the case tomorrow, I presume yesterday you also took up your hand fan and gavel block.
I lay at home with the collection of strange tales as my one and only hobby. Naught but the art of storytelling to pass the time. Thus every day in the 2 afternoon hours of the monkey, changing for nothing.
Then with the sun and moon constant above, and today, the next day and yesterday, how should you define what one day is?
You're quite the jokester, brother, no? 12 earthly branches make up one day, need you ask?
Do the 12 branches and the 24 hours not track the time over one day and one night?
How mystifying.
His first skin or second skin is also really good. I might still get it. Do you mean Cruz Alter? What's her second skin? I know her first is the like Qipao, the like Chinese dress.
How mystifying. I wonder just where you all came from. The 12 branches indicate the necessary periods between the sun rising above the earth in the far east and the moon above the mountains in the far west, don't they? Of course, they also indicate how this road is partitioned, east to west. Poshan Village lies from the late morn 6th to the late eve 12th. I've heard tell of mountains beyond mountains. Could it be the beyond Mount Hong Tong and downstream of the Tongsheng River other places are not so?
Then, suppose Poshan Village alone occupies such a vast domain. If their village is elsewhere, mustn't they be forever without daylight? Or they'd be stuck in the day and they'd never even sleep properly. Sucks to be them.
This I am truly unclear on.
Have you never left this village before? Are there any other travelers here?
I never have. Very few people have ever come here, and of the youth that leave, very few ever return. Must confess, the Yan we presently know is from the library the rich merchant left behind and nothing more.
Posted it in Roingus site? Alright. That's where you always should get your info. Oh yeah, that one! Yeah, that one's pretty nice. That one's pretty nice. Comes with the collab event, yeah.
Has a catastrophe never struck this place before?
They're just as rare, at least apart from the ancient records. 3 generations have never seen one before. So we hardly leave the bounds of Poshan village. Just that you scarcely see any travelers come here, let alone any officials or messengers or other such persons. To say Poshan village is presently cut off from the outside world would be no exaggeration at all. That said, only when you disregard the affairs of the world can you be content.
And the monsters?
I know now when it began. Come every dusk, Reading, Mount Hung Tung often bears monsters that come to disturb the village. Perhaps 3 to 5 days. For so many unbroken years. It has been this way. These years I've turned every record over, asking the very few strangers whenever I could, and I've never found any way to address it. But as long as you hide somewhere the sun is, those monsters won't come near. Versus braving the dangers and battling them till one side is dead, much better is finding peace and safety. Hiding under the sun, passing not a night, and staying vigilant throughout.
I should be saying vigilant, probably.
Over time, it's become a usual practice of ours here. I tell you what, Sonny.
Dear me, I thought this place was a true peach blossom utopia. I hadn't imagined such troubles here. These monsters are much too frightening. To give them a wide berth is the sensible thing.
Benefactors, their ways are plainly much too strange. Sir, one last question. You know that we came here to look for someone. I have a token. Could you take a look?
Thing Neon gave.
This is, craft has surpassed nature. However, most regretfully, if I'd ever seen such an unusual item as this before, I'd certainly...
Sir, the feast is prepared.
Good, good. May I ask if you all found anywhere to stay in the village?
Not for the time being.
If arrived as guests, it'd be best if you rested here for some days. And once the dusk ridding is past, you hurry on your way again.
Benefactor, your verdict? It's not like we've got anywhere to go. We may as well stay in the village for now and gather intel. This place obviously doesn't match up with the Yan we know. Not to mention, we still have no indication of how we got here.
Right, in that case, we'd be best to accept. Well, that's a pretty background. Will that show it? Yeah, hey, there we go. Nah, just real quick. Look at that, very nice background.
So in the end, we still don't have a literal clue. Yeah, but the tea smells great. That's how green tea is in Yan. Bruce, don't worry, I got my manners. I could drink this. They've put out fruits here.
Are you testing for poison, benefactors? You should have said sooner. Let me come to your aid.
Hey!
My dear benefactor, this fruit is quite fresh and particularly sweet. I didn't mean, mind it not, as the proverb goes, one cannot lack the heart to protect, no.
I wasn't worried if they were poison or anything. I was just checking through everything in our perimeter.
You're pretty fidgety right now, aren't you? No problem. We're all the same, lost in the fog. It's like we're checking if we're even still alive.
Checking again, huh? You chill here, and you still need to take another look outside.
How could I leave my benefactor to toil alone? I must accompany you. Then let's split up and move. The way things are, none of us are gonna sit still. Alright then, shall we meet in 2 hours?
Good. Do you think we can trust him?
Even if it's not rare to see poor bastards in a tight spot on the waist, coincidences like his are the last thing you can trust.
I think so too. It's a fact that he's been deceiving us. Balloon pincers that leave their nests are highly aggressive. And when we found him, he was up in a tree looking all sad. He was about 800 whole meters from the car crash. Just seeing his actions, Even if he's got no ill will, we still gotta be wary of each other. I'll keep an eye on him. I may have been drawn into something incredibly bizarre, but I suppose that has had a silver lining. Speaking of which, this truly isn't any joking matter. If I can't find a way to return, then what do I even do? Oh, my love and Goose have been quite serious to me. I can't fault them for this. I'll just have to see as I go. Oh, my apologies there. I'm truly sorry. I was lost in thought and clearly wasn't watching my way.
Ah, by your appearance, surely you were from outside, are you not? It's been so long since I had a visitor. Hey, I'm Saga, humble servant of the Buddha, wandering monk from Agashi. May I ask from whence thou comest?
A finishing touch is the hardest part. Lady Isu racked her brains for all she had. All along she'd been lacking that final touch. Lady Isu dared not be reckless, but ultimately could not find the idea she most took to. Her mind in turmoil, she could only take to the streets to relieve her boredom. There she so happened to hear a butcher calling out. In the cage by the butcher's side there was a shudder, plump fowl beast. For a long time Lady Isu stared at that fowl. Perhaps it knew its death was soon to come. It stupefied, the animal watched the pedestrians pass.
Ever read the background for my S4 that you wanted? What do you mean, Laffy? Like the title menu background. No, I never went about finding that. Saga playable, I forget. Yes, Saga is playable. How many? Let's see. Wait, this is easily stepping up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so I was 100% right. It is straight up 17. So then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so yeah, WR5 after is good. That's 9. And then because there's 2 ST ones, those are probably quite long. So yeah, so we gotta get to WR5. That way we can do it in 2 streams.
Watching and watching, Lady Isu couldn't help but begin to imagine herself as the foul beast. Deep inside, what it might be thinking. All who came and went were other sorts, incomprehensible and far from the grass and riverbanks. In this wilderness of a culture not its own, it was one and alone. Fate was long since a foregone discussion, and it could now only seek a monumental release. On nothing more than helplessness and apathy, such indescribable feelings, Lady Isu found herself taking a few steps closer in the foul beast, as if drawn in by that gaze of wild imagination, turned to Lady Isu. In that cosmic instant, there was no need for fierce method. Sparse colors, no need to worry about how the noble purchasing a painting felt. Success and failure, gain and loss in the eyes of all this livestock awaiting slaughter, Lady Isu found an answer to all of them. She paid the money to buy the fowl, kept it in the pond in her garden, and she immediately took up her brush to add the finishing touches. The movements coming like a flow, no longer hindered at all. On the second day, Lady Isu finished with ease. The court lady painting received high praise from the officials and nobles. Carrying great strings of gold and silver on the way home, Lady Isu had all along felt that beyond the finishing touches some little bit else was missing, and she was frustrated as though she had failed. Only when she opened her gate and saw the fowl treading water in her pond did she come to a sudden realization. She thought she'd achieved success and had long escaped the chopping board, scarcely imagining that she had only changed the pond she was in and lacked for freedom once again. The present Lady Isu had long advanced past the full-spirited youthful girl she once was. Over the decades she'd taken up her bush, with fame and fortune both, yet her husband had passed in his prime. Now she had to gaze over the looks of others. Who would still come to give her finishing touches, to let her free back into the fields? what returned to the Sioux manor that evening was but carriages of gold and silver riches. It is said that afterwards, some sighted Lady Isu at the border of Jiangqi, but regardless, ever since then, the lady painter acclaimed as the place where magnificence dwells was never seen again. 20 whole years later, among the powers of a sea in the city of Dusk, there was circulated a painting reputed to be Lady Isu's final work, her swan song. Get it? 'Cause of the big fowl? Most people thought it was a fake. It was incomparable with the works of Lady Isu in her younger years. Its content was incomprehensible. A great deal of the painting was left blank, depicting only a foul beast, its appearance as though dead. Many evaluators believe that among similar paintings of beasts, quite a few painters drew the beasts of flight and field, vivid and lifelike, remarkably animate, as though they could emerge from the scroll at any time. But this foul beast was abnormally stiff, lacking all life, and therefore it was regarded as a fake. Among Lady Zhu's admirers was one named Koi Yu. He was wise with business when young, and had presently come on hard times, scattering his wealth away, hanging in the balance his most frustrated moments. Koi Yu saw this scroll, saw this foul beast's eyes, and it was as if lightning had struck him. He returned home half dreaming, unable to settle for the longest time. After more than 10 days without proper sleep or food, he made up his mind and gathered himself once again. The world's affairs are inconsistent. Perhaps only those in frustration's throes like Koi Yu could see clearly the implication Lady Zhu had hidden in the eyes of that foul beast, pale as ashes, the longing without end, and the meaning of that beastly prisoner within the painting. Life is no more than this.
You've gathered a lot of these anecdotes and apocrypha, sir. It really is an eye-opener. That said, it seems like most are legends about Yan painters.
Indeed, the library in my study is quite abundant and doesn't lack in handwritten folklore, no tales of the strange. There's no doubt that a majority of it relates to the outstanding painters in history. Of course, there are also records of minor characters which, for all sorts of reasons, have been buried in anonymity within the history of Yan. Though ultimately they were never able to stand out in prominence, they still have a graceful glimpses of this world of ours, the writers unknown, neither if they are true or false. Come to mention it, Miss Lava, your friend's person you're searching for is a painter as well, isn't she? If she's a recognized name, perhaps with some fame somewhere, then I may or may not be able to find some clues.
Uh-huh.
Look, well, here is the exit of the village.
Saga's voice changes every time she shows up. Oh, under this time of sky, you'd be utterly blind if you didn't carry a lantern. Master, dare I ask, have you ventured beyond this village before? Oh, did you not all come from outside? I was quite drunk at the time, and when I came to, I found myself lying down already in the guest house with my companions.
Well, I understand. To the west there sits a Mount Hong Tong. Exit from here, walk along some area along the mountain path, and you will arrive.
Is that meant to be river that just got cut off at rear? That's true, there are a lot of different sagas. The skin doesn't lie. Demons, you mean those monsters, right? Might you know the true face of those things, dear master?
I can only guess the smallest idea. I do not dare to bear false witness. I call those things as ink spirits.
Ink, as they'll fade away as puddles of sewage. Quite the snug analogy. Such is the prowess of a grandmaster.
Now flatters to me. 'Tis only from my childhood my headpiece would tell ghost stories of sprites and spirits which I remember deeply.
How modest, how modest.
Well, local people give the name Dusk Riding to the days when ink spirits invade, and pass all night in vigil hiding under the shelter of the sun. It's a far cry from the Yan Dusk Riding Eve I have heard of. Might it be that Yan is a country of vast lands and the customs of every place are their own?
Not at all, not at all. I've never heard of any dusk ridding like this at the new year. Needless to say, I've never met those ink spirits before.
In my journeys, I've only met ink spirits some meager times, as it is here at Poshan Village.
Well, then we can count ourselves sorely unlucky arriving here to immediately see the ink spirits attack the village. It's fortunate it didn't last long, or else I might have been finished right here.
I believe thou wouldst know by thy finger-counting divination.
How would I? Even if I had that capability, it wouldn't. Hold on, the ink spirits you're talking about, they usually leave Mount Hong Tong? Could lone ink spirits happen to stray near?
When unoccupied, I may stroll about the village, and I've never seen an ink spirit approach, save for last time. 'Twas truly a crowd to behold.
So you're saying if you see one? Are they saying if you see one that means there's a whole gaggle?
I believe it is most likely so.
Then, we'd better be on our ways.
Oh, what does thou mean? Ah! Miss!
Wow, what's the matter?
My dad said you're a hero who helped the village, so you gotta be really strong.
Are heroes all strong people then?
Aren't they?
Heroes are just willing to help, that's all.
Amazing! Oh, look, miss! Here's the guest house I was talking about. It's called Sui Ching Lu.
Sui Ching Lao? Some real pretty Yan words. You can read them?
Yeah, I can.
Sweet, let's go in and see. Entering the room.
Oh, the guest room is even more light than inside my house.
Not too shabby at all.
Yeah, so you're gonna stay here? It's great.
Furnishing, sand table and chairs. These will look like words too. All clues, gotta note them down. Hold on a minute.
Well, I think I just heard
a bell. Master, could you perhaps pick up the pace?
We cannot rush. I must strike the full 12.
But didn't something just fly past the eaves?
Still short. The last 3 times.
Oh, help.
Oh, they came twice in one day. Why so frequent?
In one day? You mean in 24 hours, right? It really is a pain that daylight and nighttime don't ever switch. If you overstep, you'd end up losing track of time forever, wouldn't you?
Sleeping in is no good habit.
Oh, I must note how unruffled you are, Miss Lava.
Presumably you did not cower when those monsters first appeared either.
These things happen. You seem pretty calm yourself.
See the sun strong above our heads? These monsters would never make their way here.
Nobody will get hurt, right?
If you're slow to escape, I fear they're unavoidable. If you do not lose your life, then you are very lucky.
Mr. Umbrella Boiler, I have a suggestion. How about you just, like, I don't know, put lights everywhere and that can be turned on? Now that would fix the problem.
Go ahead!
Below Poshan Village, past the Dusk Spring safely. Those monsters aren't strong. We're looking at all we have to ensure the village's safety. I want to wait until Poshan Village is safe, then I'd like you to help us leave, Mr. Umbrella Boiler.
Leave here? That is of course easily done, but you only just arrived, miss. Are you truly willing to endanger yourself for us?
No problem. Those monsters only look scary. They're not actually that tough.
And let me be frank with you on behalf of all in Poshan Village. My benefactors!
Oh, so thou art the benefactor Lava that nothing spoke of. Well met, I am Saga, humble servant of the Buddha from Higashi.
Now, Master. The self-introduction can wait. Those ink spirits have plunged straight into the village.
Mo and Yang too? It's the name I chose for those monsters.
Ink Spirit, Mo Liang, the Liang of the Chie, Mei, Wong, and Liang monsters. Very good! We finally have a unified way to address them.
Those ink spirits aren't much of a threat. You don't need to be so nervous.
Oh, quite imposing. I approve.
In fact, I feel this time might be somewhat different. What's different? They're, well, a bit of a horde.
Alright, okay. Up through here. Oh, fuck. Remember this one? Alright. Choo Chandra. This is an event that I never really actually read. I only read a little bit of the start. Because it happened during a time that I actually, one of the few times that that actually took a straight up like full break from Arknights.
God, this is such a banger background track.
Is there anyone still left here? Hurry over to the storytellers and hide to the east. Hurry!
Ever since we noticed the sky, I've been conscious of how the further west you go, the more nighttime it actually gets. If so, are we currently heading from noon to the twilight? Quite a poetic ring, actually. It's not right. The distance from daytime to nighttime is just too short. We've only gone how far?
The length of the painting scroll does vary, and its every sight is a strange, wonderful turn. The people in the picture have all set customs for their world, but in the end it's still artificial. That much is unavoidable.
And I'm saying, wait, what?
What?
What did you just say?
Yacht!
Someone's still here?
This way! Save me! And my yacht! Fear not! I am here! Gah! Oh, just as expected, once cut down it becomes an ink stain. Most strange, most strange.
Master, I commend your talent.
Lower not your guard. Good girl, and make haste for the east.
Got it. You all be careful too. Oh, it looks like quite a few villagers didn't run in time.
It was likely too sudden. No chance to... Papa! Mama!
There's a child in there.
Oh no! Get down now!
She won't make it.
Ooh, ah! Ooh, ah! Ah!
Oh, there. Too close for comfort. Are you okay?
Ooh, ah! Yeah! Ooh, ah!
Just for now, did something stab the creature in the throat? That would be Cruz. What a tricky angle. Where is she? Don't look. You won't find her. As long as we know she's here, that's good enough. Gotta prioritize ensuring every villager makes it out of the night.
Oh, quite the profound rapport. My horizons do broaden.
As the child cries next to her. But how do we bring this young girl with us? You take her out of here into somewhere safe, okay? Verily, as if I couldn't. However, I really not bear to cast on my benefactors and take refuge alone. The fact I cannot accompany my benefactors in lopping off heads and spilling fresh blood is a true shame. You can take the child to Mr. Umbrella's place first, then come back to us. All right. Very well now, very well. Young miss, would you care to come with me?
No, mister, I see my mama.
I'll take you to find her, okay?
Thank you, mister.
Benefactor, shall I depart for now then? Yeah. Sir, will we be safe relying on just Saga and the three heroes?
Sir? No matter. What's wrong with him? Is he in a bad mood today? He forgot to sleep last night?
Sir has culture and grace. He's not the temperamental kind.
I bet he's tired, worried about all us. We should give him some space, let him sleep.
Cleanse the thick senses. Gah! Sever all desires. You're pretty strong yourself. I grew from childhood in the monastery. It influenced me and I learned a few ways of the sword. That is all.
You call that a few?
Mind not! Stay while I open a path for thee, lava!
Gah!
These monsters are starting to fear you. Now that I mention it, do ink spirits even have intelligence?
Gah!
Oh!
Why'd you stop? What? Wait, you can understand what it's saying?
Bear perception, if thou wouldst observe. This Shakespeare has not committed any wrongdoing as it sincerely regards, and it will no longer torment the village. We shall let it go then. Ah!
Is that okay?
It is alright. I know it to be proper.
It's fallen quiet now. There shouldn't be any other villagers remaining. Can we have a chat for a moment?
Lava, thou art indeed solemn. Perhaps I have done wrong in some way.
No, you're fine. It's just what you said before. A painting scroll? Seems like you understand this place.
Indeed, I am a wanderer and have been so for some time.
This place doesn't even seem to deserve the word wandering.
How large can a single scroll be?
What do you mean? Are we in a picture?
That is so. What exactly do you mean? I understand now. Your party is akin to me. Having erred and fallen into these mountains and rivers.
Huh?
At the outset, I was only passing through the Kolwu boundary in Yan. Suddenly, I had the thought that I wanted to visit the posterity of the great artist. The sight under the waterfalls of Mount Huichi is beautiful beyond comprehension, and I slept one night in a thatched cottage in the mountains. I had never thought that the next I opened my eyes, I would be here.
Also, isn't like Huichi, isn't that like Chen's last name? I guess we know where that group of Lung are originally from, if so.
Hold on, wait, what do you mean? You were looking for Dusk too?
Dusk? I've never heard tell of this name before. The one I sought was the Yin painter for whom one stroke crude mounts rose, whence the words winds flow. When working out the days, I feared that painter had already left our world of mortals, and thus thought to call upon their former residence, that is all.
In any case, first you went to Mount Huichi and Kolwu and Yan, then you inexplicably ended up here, right?
Oh, that is not false, but why does it agitate thee so?
And then you said this place is a painting scroll?
Nothing of this world conforms to reason. Lava, didst thou never realize?
No, I know that, but why a painting?
It is difficult to explain, but I've traveled this Poshan village across about 100 or more scrolls now. At least I am well aware of where I myself am.
These people are real living people. The tea has flavor. The fruit is edible. Is this all just some sort of arts? If it was, then what kind of...
It is completely beyond my reckoning. Had I not the fortune to glimpse the truth of this world, I fear I too would be unable to realize where I am. No catastrophe disturbs here, and all living beings follow their own customs, creating their own enclosure, too wondrous for words. Staying here I have never wanted for ease.
That's...
Ha ha, the look on thine face is too unavoidable. When I first met the Dusk in Shio, she took the same look as thee.
Slow down, who did you say you met?
I met a... Wait now, those lights, could they be the merchant's shop? Oh, she never took refuge, we must act.
Wait for me.
Gaka!
Alright, don't get so excited. Why'd you come scare the people? What did she tell you? Ah, I see, she's still the same as ever.
Shopkeep, go, Gaka! Shopkeep, be thou well.
I'm fine, and who is this?
Oh, this good person is Lava, one of the outsiders who were all the hubbub earlier.
Nice to meet you.
This is the proprietor of this shop. Her soul name is Dawn, as of the daybreak. Your soul name is Dawn, as...
The Saga voice is just constantly evolving. It never stops changing.
You didn't get attacked by any weird things? I'm not aware of any such things.
Young Dawn, I do not know if the ink spirits may return again. Wouldst thou permit us to lie in hiding here to observe for a bare while?
Alright.
Young lady, look at how the sky is bright now. We've gone quite far away and we'll be there soon. Don't you cry. Now, I'm here with you. You're perfectly safe. Don't cry. Look, you can see the garden. We'll be right there.
Kaka! Yeah!
Why are they here? Are they meant to fear the sun? Come right on my back. Hold on.
Kaka! Mr. Avenger!
Don't pull on my hair. My glasses are falling off.
Kaka!
Alright, he runs pretty damn quick, that Mr. Nothing. Hero, what are you talking about? Oh, nothing. You get to the garden and hide quick. Leave the outside watch to me. That miniature ink spirit seems a little faster than your garden variety Originium slug, but it also looks like it's gone a little Dizzy? Maybe I really can't catch up to Mr. Nothing. Who'd have thought? Watch this. Here. Where? Yeah. Ah, can't get us now, can you?
Mr. Run over there, come on!
I want to do this forever. Pull off a little something when you're chased through the streets. It's like all those martial arts stars on the silver screen.
There!
Don't smack me. I'm not a burn beast. Caw. Caw. It went around with the sun shining on its ass. Didn't you see these things feared sunlight?
Save us!
Here, young lady, if you go on ahead, I'll... It's Groose, my benefactor. Dear me. Here, good benefactor. Come, if you had a free hand, you could help me a little sooner. Where are you? Right here.
Yeah, Miss, where'd you come from?
Wow, I'd be remiss to not laud your sniping skills as beyond the blue. You slip about like a ghost, land without a whisper. You really are.
Miss, thank you for saving Mr.
Run on back quick. Your mom's been looking for you for ages now. Benefactor, why don't you hurry to Lava and Saga's aid? Let me watch here, safeguard the perimeter. Didn't you just cross your heart you'd return to Lava to help her? Benefactor, might you have the gift of clairaudience? No! Why you been holding on to that folding fan the whole time? Oh, I simply must. The fan is the most precious thing I have, present to me from my most respected teacher. Hate to let it get on my grasp. Moreover, clasping this fan in my hand, I look quite refined, don't I? Why that ink spirit get all over here just now without any trouble? Counts as daytime, right? I was wondering too. Cretin chased the wind out of me. Anyhow, bedhead for lava. It's quiet. We're clearly on the fringe of night here. I can only see a crack of dawnlight. Why aren't there any monsters charging through?
I also thought it strange. It's never been so peaceful, has it?
Isn't it good that it's peaceful?
Ah, Daddy's show! I may at last catch my breath. Up.
Careful you don't crush any goods. Saga, the Dusk Beauty mentioned just now, who does that refer to?
Naturally, the Dusk Beauty of the well-told Dusk Beauty flying to the moon tail. My word, to this day, I cannot forget the sight of the eyes of Dusk Beauty.
Saga, tell it a little slower. Miss Lava's giving you a funnier and funnier look.
Oh, beg pardon, 'twas my impatience. Lava, thou art also tired from withstanding ink spirits, art thou not? Ought we perhaps sit down with some tea and make proper talk?
Sure, I'll go brew some tea then.
Right, I would like to ask thee first, young Dawn. Dost thou know any way of leaving this place?
No?
Thou dost not?
No.
Dawn lifts her head, looks through the open door and along the road to far away. She dares not speak loud for fear of disturbing those above heaven. But what is above heaven? What is truly above heaven? Oh damn, we're almost fucking done, chat. We've been blazing through. We've been motoring through these. Motoring through them. Alright.
Since childhood, I grew up in a monastery in Agashi. Even as it may, I was only adopted by the old head priest. I was not a true monk. This name, too, Saga, is what I only sought from him. At the time, I determined I would descend the mountain and enter the secular world. After I departed Agashi, I resolved to wander far and wide. I saw the great mountains and rivers of Yan, captivating me to linger. A childhood memory came a sudden of the day I charged into air in the head priest's garret. In it, a deal of clutter was piled. Dust like snow, yet held some rarities that roused the
Childly heart within me. Obviously, while Dusk may sound like this is how she thinks. Among them, a large picture scroll caught my interest. The box that held it, I only remember, 'twas taller at the time than myself. Only later did I happen to learn. It was the witness of all the travels of my head priest, and the times he wandered as I do now. It was near 100 meters, and a work of no renowned artist. For half a day I implored him, and only then with reluctance did he unfurl the scroll for me. It has been however many years, to this day I still cannot forget the falling leaves, borne down by the wind, and my still healthy head priest opening the scroll across the monastery courtyard. I had never before seen such magnificent mountains and rivers. What I do not understand to this day is how the scroll was not meticulous as the true, vivid and lifelike masterpiece of ordinary yet true enough, or an ordinary yet true enough one was there in the blink of an eye. The late autumn season I sensed the abounding vitality of those midsummer waterfalls. Ah, mistake, not one was there as an adjective of mine in that instant. It was as if truly in reality I found myself in the painting, visiting as a fowl flies over the forest. Mountains risen in layers of peaks, ponds filled with pebbles, tree shadows swaying, as below a waterfall, vast, one I could hear. But when I dazed returned to my senses, it seemed I was only drawn in by the painting, lost staring at it and nothing more. The fit of shivers I even had coming from those midsummer mounts and my streams back to the late autumn courtyard lives deeper in my memories yet. My head priest told me this painting came to him from a chance meeting along the Kutan River in Yan. At the time, he was just slightly younger than I am now, only a mere novice monk. The Che-Tu-Shi patrolled the south and the regular way was blocked. The only option was to take a river ferry. Countless sails fluttered along the river. But far in the distance, he sighted a lone boat along the riverside, as though it did not belong to this scene full of life. My head priest was curious and followed it close. The lone boat sailed steady, unwavering. From the other vessel he caught one glimpse of her, gazing to the zenith of Mount Sky like one would in preparation for ascent, its clouds and mists winding round. For a moment, he was sheerly confounded, nearly falling into the water. Within a single breath, that person saved him. Just typing something that I have to real quick. There we go. So before an EM dub, so I knew she could have sounded like this for EN. True. For all we know, this was how originally Saga was meant to talk. The woman was magnificent beyond compare. She spoke not a word, taking him all along the riverside, shoring at Feishan Crossing, walking from Mount Hui Chi, repaying her kindness for saving him. All the way my head priest made meals over fresh firewood, carried their bags and cut down the brambles, toiling day and night. The woman seemed to never need sleep. Whenever my head priest turned in for the eve, he would dream of past events he had never seen before. After waking, he would forget them deeply, feeling as though he had dreamt, and as though he had not. After several recurrences, he fell into prolonged thought. The two of them were clearly travelers side by side. It appeared as if two strangers reflecting upon themselves deep in their own solitude. On a certain day, the two arrived at a place of graceful mountains and rivers. It seemed to move her. She stopped and gazed from far above, watching for several hours. My head priest asked her what she was doing, and she spoke. She was painting a scroll, a scene of crude mounts utmost risen. Head priest was compelled to a brief nap, and when furiously awoken, he realized he was still inside the boat upon the Kutan River. There was never any Feishan crossing, and never that seemingly transcendent woman. Only knew before his eyes now was a picture scroll, holding this exact painting.
What was that woman called?
I know not.
He never asked.
He never dared. Moreover, when dreams seem fantasy, truth seems false. When what passes is perhaps a year, yet maybe a snap of the fingers between other worlds, where should one go to ask? Traveling the country of Yan, I inevitably find myself thinking back on this story, poring over it. It may have only been my head priest putting on a show for me, haphazardly making up a story. But in my queries all across yet, I was surprised to find this scene of Crone Mountain's utmost risen has some small reputation. It was said it was an obscure artist about 100 years prior who left it, and past relatives of the Emperor could not obtain it with all their riches, giving it its fame. By fortune, I was close to Mount Huichi, and I had the sudden thought to take this chance to see whether or not I could find the sublime scenery in that painting. I found enchanting hills and water in the mountains. Before I could react, I had already ended up here. The cottage on Mount Huichi. It's exactly where we were too. Could this place be a dream? If it were a dream, then to thee I would only be its illusion, and thou would be unable to trust my words. If thou art unable to trust, then how dost thou judge the scenery before thee, Lava? Is it a dream or not? Slow down, you're gonna give me a headache. Okay then, do you know how to get out of here? Traveling to this day, I have still not come to understand how I may leave of my own accord. To this day? How long have you been staying in here? For a very, very long time. Allow me to count. Your tea will get cold soon. Don't get lost to chatting. Give the tea a taste. Thank you. Thank you. Now that we mention it, Miss Dawn, don't tell me you're also... I'm just a local pawnbroker. Miss Lava, I really appreciate your kindness and admire your attempt to protect the villagers from the ink spirits. But please think a little more about your own safety if you have the time. Those monsters aren't a threat to Rhodes Island's elite. Words without falsehood! The good Lava is a person of fine ability. You need not worry. If true, then I suppose it's alright. Miss Lava, I've got a question, and I'm not sure whether I should ask it. Ask away, you don't really need to be that reserved with me. Miss Lava, have you ever looked close at the moon in the water? No matter how the moonlight in the water is torn apart by gleaming on the waves, when all comes to a calm, it will still be the same full moon. If you pity the moonlight in that time it flickers across the water, then it's not at all necessary you wet your shoes and brave the cold. Miss Lava, so as to fish up that moon in the water, would you give your utmost thought? I don't think I would. There's not much sense in doing things like that, is there? What's got you mentioning this out of nowhere? I don't know what that bright moon of yours looks like, Miss Lava, and I have no way to point out where you're falling short, but the moon in the water in the end is only the moon in the water. It's not necessary to do it for our sakes. What the fuck are you talking about?
Benefactors, my benefactors, you're alright, aren't you? Oh man, you even got tea going, and you still didn't call me over.
I assume these two are also esteemed guests of Poshan Village? I'll go brew the tea, and bring some pastries too. Take your time to chat.
And who might this be?
The shopkeeper here. He's called Dawn. Dawn like the daybreak.
Benefactor, what are those ink spirits? Oh, I see. Surely with your invincible might, you drove them all away. Is that little girl safe yet? She's safe. Safe and sound. Oh, Benefactor, how could you doubt me so? I've waded through dangers extreme without shedding a tear, and now I am somewhat sad.
Here's your tea.
I can tell it's expensive with just a whiff. How insightful, Benefactor. Plain folk like me can only reckon it bitter. We'd never make sense of the taste.
It's just ordinary tea. They only sell this one kind in the market. Please forgive me if it doesn't suit you.
I might be used to black tea and coffee, but there's just this special kind of taste to yin tea whenever I try it.
My hometown also has tea whose flavor can be said to be unique. If the chance should come, thou must allow me to display my skills.
Alright there, Lava, you getting sleepy?
I'm not. I'm just kind of chilled out suddenly. Tea nourishes the heat. What troubles you can't be resolved just by rushing about. We still don't have much of a lead. In this world within the painting, one can only take things slow. Oh yeah, Saga, have you ever seen this thing before?
Thing that was given, again. Is there a lore reason? No, I'm just doing it. I'm just doing it because it's kind of fun.
I do not know at all. Only I know not why, but I feel I have seen this object somewhere in the past. Really? Allow me to think. Oh, this texture, this material. I have, somewhere experienced it before. Oh? A lot reflecting off the tea. What's up? Oh, what's happening? Why is everyone standing up? The sky! It's turning day.
Gaka!
Oh, how do these things get near here? This is the noontime street. No, the horizon. When did the sun move over there? What's happening in Mount Hong Tong?
Gaka!
Ah, these things. They're eating people. Run! Get out of here.
It passes on just like this, sun rising and moon setting as it should be. Does she mean to disturb my peace?
What's happening? Why would the sun... This is how the sun's meant to be, Lava. Well, of course I know that, yeah. I'm just wondering why I went back to normal. Wait, right, this is what's normal. What was I just thinking?
Benefactors, why do I sense a great commotion in the village that way? Help me! Help!
Gaka! Are you alright?
I'm alright. This is where you were. That's great, great. Those monsters just aren't afraid of sunlight anymore now. They're in the village. Eating people. E-A-E-A-E-A-E-A-O. They got a farm like Old MacDonald. And they're eating Old MacDonald too. The haze is the blood of a city. One saw the silhouette of the moon made indistinct, leaving only a round mark, as if carefully carved high above. The moonlight along its pierced boundaries flowing into the sky, smearing whole. I once saw the home I loved taken by a sea of flames. I was forced across the hard mountains, from one peak to another. I've seen the victims of famine gnawing away at each other, in times of fighting drenched in blood, taking place within a hair's distance. People can seem like nothing ever happened. Look ahead of them and walk on. I've seen that long, long road. I used to puzzle over why everyone would choose the same path, why death is predestined, why are we numbly walking down ways that we'll meet again. I've seen the barrens in the verdant mountain waters, seen friends who stumbled down once and so never climbed up again, seen the looks in our parents' eyes in that brief moment they wanted to abandon their own. I've seen you, I recognize you, the look in your eyes, the lofty, ice-cold, solitary look in your eyes. More than a catastrophe's onslaught, then your mother and father abandoning you, then struggling in starvation on the brink of death. It put sorrow for you in me, the greatest of all sorrows. Are you looking at me, or are you looking at yourself? I remember how I once asked you this. Stay back! Get back! It bit off my hand! Oh, why can't I feel any pain at all? Why?
Gaka!
Yeah, stay away! Are you okay? Why did you only just come? I had nobody sound the bell. Where'd the vigilant monk go? You know, we trusted you, so we did what you said. Why? Why did my husband have to die? How can you make up for that? How? We'll talk when we're safe. Mama, give me back! What the fuck?
Gaka. Oh.
Oh there, even less close for comfort. Mister, Mama, Gaka. Let's ignore this fellow for now. There seems to be something disastrous afoot outside, young lady. Hold on tight, you're gonna slip out of here. Or we're gonna slip out of here. Gaka, Gaka. Another one. I can't deal with this. Gaka, Guk. Where the hell do they all come from? There's no way I can hold back this many.
Guk, Though they may be figures in a painting, there is no need to slaughter them all. Observing such a scene only serves to inspire outbursts of sorrow. Lava, I'm here to watch this place. That would best hurry to take others to refuge. You, worry not for me. I have traveled many times here. I've had all manner of thought on the future. Anxiety is indeterminate. But for that in front of me, I have never been one moment nor fraction irresolute. Leave this to me.
Alright, keep going east. When you're done, find me and we'll converge.
Understood. Gaka, I am here. None shall come forward. Those who pass this line shall be cut down. Wah!
Oh my dear young lady, might you be able to stop pulling on my hair?
Gaka! These cretins only keep gaka-gakaing. How they only keep gaka-gakaing? How can these things so bent on chasing you not spit out a human word or two? Or like gaka, gahak toi, gakak toi. Don't run! Good heavens, I was only joking. You need not. You absolutely need not. Mister, look in front.
Yag! Are you that fortune teller? Where are the other two heroes? Behind you! Behind you! Gaka! Why'd you bring it over here? Think of something! Think of something! What can I possibly think of? Lead them away from here! Away! I'm... Oh, just stop crying! Stop crying, girl! Ah, those things are looking at us! Get out of here! Get out of... Gaka! Hawk! Gaka! Gaka! Chua! Huh? You use your fan. Hide yourselves further away. Cacao? Caca! Oh fuck. That's a twist in sound. In one move. Ow! Amazing! Ow, owie, it hurts so much, it hurts so much. Just what are these things? Why do they look so soft? You'd be so hard when striking them. Stop ogling me, the proverb puts it well. Even a cornered bird beast will bite. We best hurry on our way. Cacao! Man alive! Nothing. Man alive. Man alive, nothing. Your kickboxing works not bad. Should never done a rescue business like this, eh? Deal with the enemies in front of you without checking movement on your whole perimeter, and sooner or later you'll give yourself grief. Ah ha ha ha! That was quite dangerous just now. My apologies for the grief I gave you, benefactor. Only thanks to you am I safe and sound. Alright, quick. Go and get everyone into shelter. Huh? What about you, benefactor? They got Gyat and Hawk in this painting. You think Dusk isn't a massive fan of TikTok? You think Dusk doesn't just girl rot scroll down on TikTok for hours a day? Me? Don't you mind, I'll walk light as a feather. They won't ever notice me. Can the single skill of light-footedness really explain that? And then, how do we cut down these ink spirit numbers fast? Yeah, what's that fire in the garden?
Oh, the blaze soaring skyward makes quite a spectacle. Could it be the name Lava held this exact meeting?
Lava! Confirm the extent of all enemies scatter in the vicinity for me. It's big of an area? It's big of an area? I'm worried about their surrounding buildings being caught up, so I've been sort of keeping my arts tied down. But there's just too many enemies. If we keep dragging this out, I'm concerned casualties are going to end up tough to estimate.
Well, just special time, special methods, right? Find a high vantage point, you focus on casting. Help you sort all the ones outside your arts range. I guarantee I'm not going to miss a single one.
Good. I'll submit the mission report afterwards. After all, it's not just the infected that Rhodes Island helps.
Infected? What's up? Nothing, actually. By the way, Lava, you seen this umbrella boiler anywhere? And that, I think, oh, yep. That is actually all of the ones for today done. Damn. We got we got these 8 left for next time. Well, damn. That was relatively quick. Oh, not a super crazy stream, honestly. Just kind of in and out. Yeah. Definitely, yeah, just pretty solid. In and out, quick little adventure. I mean, we're gonna definitely be able to do it again. I'm gonna think about perhaps trying this at this time on Sunday and seeing if the participation is higher, because obviously it was relatively low this time, not a whole lot of people. And then obviously if it's still low on like even Sunday, then I think I will likely just go back to morning stream times, just because of how it's best to stream when it's best to stream when there's more people. So I mean, honestly, at this point we're just kind of set to go. I mean, thanks everybody for showing up. That was that was relatively painless. We got in, we did our thing, and we're out. So I'll see you guys later when we finish this one. It definitely hasn't been quite as gripping as definitely hasn't been quite as gripping as Guiding Ahead, but it's been solid. It's been solid. I'm excited to see when we start getting towards the climax, if it ends strong. By the way, yeah. Thanks for showing up, everybody who did, and I'll see you next time.